Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live plumbing.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying a delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Welcome to the morning show with Dawn and Freddie S., the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Welcome to the morning show. You know, I just made a joke, and I'm watching you look up at the ceiling like, what is that?
Oh. Yeah, no, I was thinking about a lot of other things that I have to get done for the rest of the week.
Wow.
She's just making the mental list in her head.
I literally have a mental list in my head.
That look went right through me.
I have a filing cabinet like in my brain right now, and I'm like going through each folder of like what I have to do.
Happy
when
Tuesday.
you lose track, you have to like start
I have
over
to start
at the
over.
beginning.
Yeah.
Sarah's here, so it's got to be Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yep.
Cookie Monster in the house. We lose Sarah this week. We hate that.
We lose her this week, and Courtney's graduating on Friday. Sophia, you're not graduating? No. Courtney's graduating. Althea's graduating.
Oh, hold on a second. I got breaking news for Sophia with an F. Sophia, Portugal and Spain had a blackout yesterday.
Yeah,
I heard about the Spain
power
blackout.
outages. So weird.
It is so weird because they heard you were coming. They turned all the lights on.
You're like,
You guys look like an ice cream sundae. Put that camera back up. Look at you. How cute are you? They look like this ice cream sundae topping. Sorry, they look like sprinkles.
They don't look like,
They just like
they don't
sprinkles.
look like no ice cream I ever ordered.
They just look like, colorful sprinkles. It's nice.
I love that.
I
She
love
can't drive.
Yeah,
You
I can't
It's
drive.
colorful sprinkle Tuesday.
She's a sprig of lavender, you know.
Lavender flower.
I love it. Sorry, that's
You
my
look at
brain.
Michael, that's
I'm
the
actually
blueberry
wearing-
frosting.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That ain't no ice cream sundae. That was like, what up?
I wish Polar Bear were here because I saw there was a whole thing.
Where is Polar Bear?
He comes on
comes
Thursdays in
Thursdays.
Antarctica. That there was a polar bear out in the Arctic, and there were people around. They were sightseeing and touring. So one of the guides shot at it, and then opted otherwise to run and get on his snowmobile and leave.
And guess what? The polar bear chased him.
But he didn't get him. He didn't get him.
Yeah, but he's stupid. He
What a
tried to
jerk.
scare the polar bear with the gun, and all he did was chase him. You want to shoot at me? Come here.
Yeah, well, it's an act of aggression.
Hope he gets shot at.
What would you do if someone shot at you?
How do you feel?
I mean,
Probably
I'd probably
say you after them.
fall to the ground and pain.
Let me find him.
Yeah.
Let me
How
find
you
If
him.
they shot at me, I'd be running too.
How was your weekend? How was your mom's party?
It was great, actually. So we basically did a 70s themed birthday party for everybody that she had known that had from the 50s.
Okay.
Wow.
So she was born in
Five
1950.
people showed up.
No, a lot of people showed up. We have people that I haven't seen in like 20 years show up there.
What's it like when you haven't seen family for 20 years? That happened to me the other day too. I'm like, wow, this is kind of
No,
crazy.
these were all like family friends and people she went to school with. And,
Did they
Yeah.
recognize you?
they know, oh, you're Fran's kid, you know.
I wasn't sure. Did you recognize them?
Not really. I know a few people, but only from faint memories.
I ran into one of my daughter's teachers a couple weeks ago at the nail salon. I'm looking at her and I'm like, that looks just like no, this woman got older. And then I realized we all got older. So, like, if you had to, in your mind, envision someone aging
Except you.
30 years,
Except
what
you.
they would look like.
You don't age.
No, I've aged
No,
too.
if I show you pictures when I first met Dawn 14 years ago,
I do want to see.
she looks just like she does today.
No, I've aged, but if you think about, if you fast forward someone like one of your teachers in 30 years, what they would look like, and it looks like them, but 30 years older, it made me think of, like,
I'd probably
social
start
media
crying.
posts. I'm like, wow, it's amazing.
Like, if I saw a teacher, like, I really loved,
But
like,
you're
growing
not
up,
going to age either. You're not going to look your age. You're going to look like you're 20 for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, you have that gland.
It's a good thing.
And it's funny.
Just a gland?
She is a
Gland?
gland. She
gland
chiseled.
is she?
I don't know, because I look at you and I look at pictures. You've
That made
chiseled
me
yourself.
weirdly
more.
uncomfortable.
Why?
I have a gland. Like, I don't know. I was like,
Sounds like she
You
has
don't
like a
age.
growth.
You don't age.
anyways. But yeah, if I saw a teacher and they've aged like 30 plus years, I'd cry. I'd be
And this
like,
whole
"Oh."
process, I'm thinking, well, I don't look like I looked 30 years ago. My daughter's certainly aged since she was 20 years ago.
Your
Whatever. It's
daughter
like an
looks just
elementary school
like you.
teacher.
You guys
My
have the
daughter
same
looks
gene.
really young. Yeah,
You
same
could be
genes, same
sisters.
gland, same everything. That's what happens. It's called genetics.
I cannot.
I've had people say that I look like I'm 20.
Really?
I've
don't
had
look
people
your
say
age,
I look
though.
like
I
I'm
know.
14.
You look what?
14.
You look like you're 12.
Like,
Yeah.
this was recently, too.
No, you look like you're about to go to like
while
a,
I'm
a
actively
basketball game.
driving a Kona ice truck, they think I'm 14.
You look like you're 12.
Drive.
Seriously.
I feel like
They
You
give
look
it
like you're
permits to
12.
kids
What
much
do you
earlier
like
now,
to-
aren't they?
Like, I get it's Florida, but I think they at least have
No, you look
standards.
very young. You look very young.
What do you like to see for driving a Kona ice truck? I feel like we
No,
should.
I would jump out of the road.
I
the
feel
Kona
like
ice
I
truck,
look
like-
so cool in it,
That's what
and
I'm
I
thinking.
feel
I think
like there's no way
you
I
are
can.
cool. Like,
Of course it is. It's a Kona ice
She's
truck.
as cool as the ice she
Like,
serves.
yeah.
Don't you want to do a remote like near the Kona ice
Wow.
truck? I think that'd be
You heard
cool.
what
But
she
can't the
said?
Kona
That was
ice
good.
truck can't
That
come
was
here?
great.
I can, but
I
I
don't know
can't
why
serve
that's blowing
anything.
your mind,
It's not
but
that
fine.
It's
you know.
blowing my
We
mind.
just
Yeah.
pull up, we take some
Can you
pictures,
pull up?
and then
Maybe.
Pull up.
do a little drive-by.
I asked G-Man that if
Wave
Danny
out
could
the
do a
window.
drive-by for us in Boynton Beach with the bicycles, and he looked at me. I'm like, I know I shouldn't use the word drive-by.
Drive-by, yeah.
Can we borrow the van? Can we? He looked at me. He's like, she can't do anything like that.
Giovanni's friend has a truck.
Yes, my roommate.
We need to talk to him. We have to bribe him with, I don't know, a hamburger or something.
A single hamburger.
he should be free considering finals is wrapping up. So just tell me when, like what day.
Whenever
well, he's
he can
moving
make
you
it.
tomorrow and Thursday.
Well, he's not helping me. My brother's helping me.
Oh, you have a brother?
hmm?
You have a brother?
He's my best friend.
Okay.
But
If that means he's your brother or not
Brother
your
from
brother?
another mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
yeah.
I slipped on the ice on that one. So maybe you can come tomorrow, and we can pick up them bikes just to get it out the way.
I can see
Ask
with
him.
him.
Ask him, see what he
Yeah.
Where
says.
are we going to put
Because
them
I don't
for
want to
3
send
days?
him by himself. I feel like that's a little.
In the
like,
office. Back there
messed
with
up.
you guys.
I got plenty of room
Yeah,
back
I know you did. Sorry, I suggested
Yeah.
it.
Right there. Don't worry about it.
Right, like, put it right there.
Put it right there.
Put it
Like
right
everything
there.
else.
I say we have it
everything.
part of the morning show. We put like one right on this table.
I'm not, you know,
I
I'm
say
really not
we
good at bicycle
VMix
riding.
call in and I follow Heather as she rides around the block on the bike.
I
We
feel
can
like
do
I
that.
really want to do
I love bike riding.
You did that already on Cece's bike.
Oh, motorcycle. Yeah. That was fun. I want to do that again.
You know, Kermit, you know the screen that Josh has on Thursday nights? There's Kermit bicycling, and it's on our screensaver. I feel
Yeah.
like you could get on the bike on a green screen,
No.
and you can just do that, and we can get a whole new screensaver
No,
of
no,
you
no,
on the
no, no,
bicycle
not
instead
doing
of
that.
Well, no, we could also do like a green screen of him with the bike and our camera in front, and have him pedaling down the road.
I got like the
With a
Barbie green
basket.
screen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never ever getting on a bike. You put me on a bike in Delray, and I fell on my face and fractured my elbow. You remember that?
Yes.
I ain't doing it. Not
He has
doing
no
it.
He has
balance.
PTSD.
And we did an electric bike segment.
You suck.
We did an electric bike segment, and he said to me,
Damn it.
"Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. She's gonna fall, she's gonna fall." And I passed him, and
She
I
lapped
didn't
me
fall.
twice.
He landed in the bushes and fractured his elbow.
I turned
but
it
never
out-
went to the
That's
doctor.
crazy.
I
Oh.
turned it on full speed, and I'm heading into Federal Highway with all the traffic. I said, "Uh-oh!" So I turned it to the left, and I hit the brakes, and I fell on my face, and my elbow went to
But
brace
nobody
my.
saw it because we were
I
all
fractured.
riding. He was by himself in the parking lot.
I fractured my elbow. I think it hurt for a month and a
You
half.
never went to the doctor.
That's
And
crazy.
he never rode again.
Never
And
rode.
I-
And he never will.
and I'm not riding
The
again.
traumas of working with me, the bicycle, the
PTSD
mousetrap.
squared.
You still show up to work with me every day.
That's not the only thing that's happened with me. What about the mousetrap
The
on my hand?
mousetrap was another one.
Mousetrap.
We're
That
playing
is
this
insane.
game where you have this
Game of
mousetrap,
trust.
and you see me trust. She snapped it around my hand. I gotta tell you,
Trust on.
I will never buy a mousetrap again. Those things
It
hurt.
was a game of trust. Like, you're supposed to pull your hands away at the same time, and I guess I pulled mine away faster than he did, and it snapped on his hand.
Or she pushed it into my hand so you couldn't get away.
It was this whole team-building exercise of trust.
I still have the scar.
And maybe
Heather
you,
was
that's
there.
why
The
you
other
don't
Heather
have
was there.
any.
Like, I still have the scar. You see it?
We should call Bobby Jackson and show him
No. No.
the things we've done.
No.
You know, right as when we're finishing up this event on Friday, we have to plan our anniversary party in June, which I can't believe here we are again.
What are you talking about? We have the 13th. We have another party in June. Aye.
9 years.
What?
Ooh.
Maybe we should do that one on the boat.
Ooh,
Heck yeah.
Keep
that'd
it
be
nice.
good.
Let's
and
go to the
just
boat.
Just
us.
private.
Private.
Yeah, the crew.
Any
Like we did
excuse.
for my birthday, private.
Yeah.
You will get so many people upset if you do that.
No.
People love to
They'll be
be part of the
jealous.
They'll be part of the party.
Or,
and everything.
or maybe it could be
No.
like
Dawn.
it's us on the one boat, and then I guess if they have their own boats,
They
they
could
could
just
come.
wave.
Yeah, they could like come.
We
and
can all
then
go
it's
All right, I'm
like,
gonna tell you.
Wave in a life.
I'm gonna settle this argument. Will you attend the anniversary party?
Will I attend it?
In June.
I don't know.
Well, that's
Depends
what
on-
we're
depends
gonna
on my
base it on
schedule.
your response. If you attend it, I'll do it on the boat. If you don't attend it, I'll do it here.
Okay. Well, yeah. You better request off of work.
okay.
Putting all the pressure on you.
Tell Publix you need the day off now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dawn, with all that you've seen in your career in the
Is she
spotlight,
getting serious on me? Yeah.
you should be able to write a book. What would you name the title?
What would you name
if
the
you
book?
had to write a book?
Yeah, Dawn. What would you name it, Dawn?
The Dawn of Dawn. From like everything, just the Disney and everything.
Disney.
Magical leap of faith.
Ooh.
Nice.
That was quick.
She's thought about it.
You put
I
some
guess-
thought
I
into
guess-
it.
You, Friday.
The black hole.
Writing a book.
My Life in the Flash. What would I call
But you know
it?
what happens in life? Every day you change a little bit more, and circumstances change a little bit more, and you end up where you are, and you look back and you're like, how did my mindset change for good or bad to where we are? Because maybe you liked it better at a different point in life, but somehow circumstances have hardened you or changed you. But I saw a great quote this morning. All right, here's my phone.
You know it?
I screenshot it because I thought it was such a good quote that I wanted to share it with you. I know it's kind of sappy. It's like a Dawn quote. It's not a Freddie quote at all. You're not healing to be able to handle trauma, pain, anxiety, or depression. You're used to all of those. You're healing to be able to handle joy and to accept happiness back into your life.
Amen.
So I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with that because they say we get stronger and we're healing, we're overcoming trauma and anxiety. Trauma and anxiety are just the things that we're used to knowing. That's our normal
You
consistency.
just get better at dealing with it.
But we need to heal to bring joy and happiness back into our lives from like when we had that. I'd say as a child, but not everyone had a happy childhood. So whenever you were happy in life.
It's funny because I sit here and I hear all the comments that you guys made, and I've come to the realization that I've lived my life through other people's determination of who I am. It wasn't until I started doing streaming and I had AMP that I lived my life because I decided this is what I want to do. And all the naysayers and all the negative and all the heat and all of the being laughed at, the laughing stock and the criticisms don't matter because it's me. Before, everything mattered because I was living that life. I wasn't living this life. So maybe my book should be called Finding My Life.
So apparently, I'm glad you say that. Between now and May 4th, there's this pivotal change for people with the new moon just passing and going into Taurus and all of the things that are changing. Our people are coming to realize that we've been living our lives for other people and it's time to live our lives for us. And what are the boundaries that we set? And what are the opportunities that we take that we don't live the way others want us to
Wow.
live, that we live for us? And
I
you
can't
say
believe
it.
you said that.
And I just read that this morning.
And last night, Sarah Spiritual quoted that to me.
Really?
And she says, you have to start living your life now. Your life, your definition.
So I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that he's going crazy with the transitions over there.
I'm learning.
I saw a flash.
Yeah,
of
so
it, and I was
it's like
"Whoa."
this whole thing of all these messages coming forward, and that is what you can talk to Helen about it today. It's a message of surrender and living your life the way you want to. Look at you.
Yeah, but Helen's a little bit different because she's talking about planetary.
But that's what it is,
arrangements.
because we're now
Is it the same?
New moon and Taurus
Is it the
and all the
same?
things that are changing is why people are feeling this.
Yeah, but Sarah's spiritual could talk about past and future things, like people that you've known. The planets aren't going to do that, or are they?
I don't know.
Does the moon
how
affect
she
you
does
guys?
everything.
Me?
I don't think
No.
so.
It does when it's convenient for me.
Do you?
There you go.
It does when it like
Find it.
perfectly lines up.
Yeah,
with what's
like when
actually
my
happening in
life is absolutely falling apart and I find out something about the moon, 100%.
I listen to the tarot card readers on my
100%.
TikTok for you
Yep,
page
100%.
for sure.
Oh my, what's it called? My
Yo,
horoscope,
I
100%
got
accurate.
I got
What
a
sign-
tarot card
what
reading
sign are
from
you?
a friend.
Me?
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm an
It was so
Aquarius.
in depth.
I'm a water
Really?
sign.
Oh, you're like my brother. You have that spitfire in you.
Okay.
So here it is, the week of April 28th to May 5th. Pluto goes retrograde May 4th. Big inner shifts are brewing and are part of a longer journey over the next few months. Transformation starts beneath the surface first. Trust the crack opening within.
The crack opening within you.
Of the
Crack.
things that you're feeling that you
See,
now
crack.
get to embrace it all.
I feel like a crackhead. It's cracked.
Like an egg. Like Humpty Dumpty.
Like that too.
I think I
Humpty
teased you
Dumpty.
about that when he
He's
fell off
got
the
to
bike.
put his pieces back together.
When he fell off the bike, I think we teased him about that, as a matter of fact.
You know, you look for anything that anguishes me as a joke. It's not funny.
Not
I
at
should
all,
hurt.
but this is all what's going on this week. Is anyone else feeling that?
Come.
Hello,
Come
thank
here.
you. You've been on my mind to call you.
Well, where you going? We're gonna end this to say hi.
I didn't even know she was here.
I saw you walking. No, pop in there. Can you stay a minute? No.
No.
But I will see you Friday night.
Oh,
Awesome.
perfect.
Dropped off raffle.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Some
you. Thank you.
peptides. Look how great you look. Is it the peptides?
Unbelievable.
It is.
You look amazing.
Something's going on. We need to find out your secret.
It's in the raffle basket.
Part of it.
Part of it.
Part of it.
Okay.
So,
Thanks,
We'll talk
Patty.
Friday.
thank you.
All right. She looks great.
She's working with this new product, this new company for anti-aging peptides.
She's been with us how many years? 7?
Oh my gosh, a long time. It's funny. I was thinking about her and Laura and all these people. There's more baskets coming this week. You know, most people are wrapping up an event the week of the event. They're putting it together. We've got more things that are coming in.
That's how it usually is, though. With
Yeah.
skill.
Seems
I
like
feel
it.
like this is.
I hear
this is our
people are coming
journey.
Friday with
you-
baskets. They're coming walking in
That's
Friday.
true too.
Have you delegated anyone like
You.
with a list of what needs to be done?
You.
Still?
There's about 4 lists floating around.
Okay.
You know what he told me?
I
Karen
was
will do
just
it.
smiling.
I will do it.
She will
yeah.
do it.
He's like, Karen will do it. I'm like,
I
okay.
told her this yesterday. I says, you have to give everybody a small piece of it.
I
Here's
wanna
the
be
thing: when I
part of
tell
it.
people we need to do this, and like I told the girls this morning, they looked at me. What do you mean? I'm like, okay, however you guys want to do it.
Well, maybe,
Look, see,
maybe,
that's the look.
maybe
The
telling them.
baskets. I'm like, we should do the trilogy. I'm like, you know what? I just need to make this your event.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to tell us what we need. I know we need to go buy some alcohol. I know we need to go to
But
Costco.
they fix
Other than that,
nice.
I'm going to let you
They
guys.
I mean, those baskets look great.
They look
Yeah.
amazing,
I
and there's
looked at
more
yesterday.
coming
They
in.
do
So
look
let's
good.
Have
do
to wrap them up.
another table, put more of whatever, and let them. You guys decide how you want to wrap it.
I
So
kind of
is
feel
it
like this
okay?
is your event. You guys do it.
If
This-
I go to the Dollar Tree and find some things, can I bring it?
Sure. I was there yesterday. Let me tell you what happened at the Dollar Tree yesterday.
Oh.
I go because she told me we needed tablecloths because I wasn't sure if we were going to get them. And then we used some of the small boxes, so I got more small boxes. And I get in the line that is from the counter all the way to the back. Now, I'm only at the magnifying glasses, right? So I haven't hit very far in the back of the line. This lady stands in front of me, and she must be a teacher, and she's very organized. And she takes each glass bag. 1, 2.
So what do you want her to do?
You pick them up, you put them on the tray. There were shot glasses, there were glass beads, I guess she was planting something for the garden at her school. I don't know. Now the line has reached to the back of the store.
Why didn't
And
you
dollar
help
stores
her?
only ever have one register open.
One register open. And then she calls for assistance, so-and-so to the front. And you think she's going to open another register, and she says, I need change. I need 5s and 1s. Now, I'm next online. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. She did end up opening the register, and I got to go through quickly. The lady was still counting
just don't
out
care.
her things. No one's in a rush, and I realized maybe we should not be in a rush. Maybe,
Well,
that's the way to do it.
Maybe that was the message to tell you stop being in a rush.
To calm down.
I have fun in that line. I start asking a poll. I take a poll. Hey,
Oh
are
yeah, you start
comfortable?
talking to people, asking
I
questions
do.
like how you talk to people in restrooms.
No, I never said I did that in
Yes, you
restrooms.
did. You
Did
did.
I?
Yes.
I
Yes. You said you had conversations in restrooms.
I have, but not at the urinal.
Okay.
Urinal?
Yes.
No,
you
at the
did
hand
mention
washing.
that.
Ever shake a guy's hand at the urinal?
No.
Why?
Would I shake
Like
his
as
hand
they're
at the
peeing,
urinal?
hey, what's up, buddy?
And then I'm thinking, like you said, why are you washing your hands? Was it you before or after?
No. Yeah, this goes
Like,
back to
how
the conversation.
dirty are you?
Let me ask you a question. Will you shake a girl's hand if she runs into the men's bathroom and has to use the toilet? Would you shake, oh, how you doing, Sarah, whatever her name is?
Unless she washes her hands.
If she washes her hand.
No, she's sitting on the toilet.
What the? Why would
Yeah.
you
Toilet.
Besides the point.
Is she like hovering
it's-
over
Why
a
is the
urinal
door, why
right
is the
now?
door open?
Because sometimes in the men's bathroom they have no doors. So let's say that
why
she's
is
sitting
she-
there. Why is she even in there? Yes, that happens. Women go to the men's bathroom. Yes.
the line is
Because
still
there's no
line
line.
at the
Yes.
women's
Yes.
bathroom.
Yes. So you meet somebody you know.
I'm-
Do you say, hey, how you doing?
I mean,
Or a
no.
hug.
You wouldn't do
Oh,
that? Like if Karen's in there because she ain't waiting on no line, say, hey Karen, how's it hanging, baby? You wouldn't do that?
Why are you actively
it's-
pursuing someone in a bathroom?
know.
And,
Because
like,
they're in the
looking for an
men's-
interest in a bathroom.
Because they're in the men's bathroom.
Well, it's not like just because I know somebody and it's a girl and they're in the men's bathroom, I'm gonna be like, oh, what's up? And just dap them up.
You're not
right
gonna
there.
do that?
No.
Oh,
but
hey, Susie.
it's besides the point because the point is guys have something to aim and girls don't. Therefore, I feel like guys have more
Thank
of
you,
a
we're back to this
reason to wash their
conversation.
hands than girls do. It's still gross if you guys don't. Like, you should wash your hands.
Okay, no. You want to hear something? They weren't here for this conversation. Freddie is saying that we have something to aim.
You do.
We got nothing to aim.
He's
That's
saying
not
that
true.
we can control our stream.
You
no,
do.
we can't.
Yes, you can because I heard stories. I
No.
heard stories. Hold on. I heard.
That's the
trajectory.
Hold on. I heard stories that you guys never sit. You sort of hover.
No, I sit.
You do.
Sitting doesn't
I don't know about other
Okay, but you
people.
guys always sit.
Okay, sitting,
Yes.
Hold on, Ice Cube.
hovering,
Yes, do you hover?
same position.
No.
Miss.
That's right.
It's the same
But
thing.
women miss. I'm telling you, like men don't
Men
always
miss
hit.
all the time,
They miss
too.
also the women.
Yeah, and they get it all over. They lift up the toilet seat and they still get it all over the bowl. The rim of
So
the bowl.
do women. I can
don't
show you
have-
samples of women.
Because sometimes we have to squat, and
Yes.
we can't aim.
That's right.
Ain't no way.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
Wow.
You guys have the option to aim.
Sit on the
There is no
toilet.
option A.
Sit on the
You guys,
toilet.
that's what we're saying. We don't have the option.
You don't have the option of sitting?
We don't have the option of sitting or hovering. Regardless of that, we don't have the option to actually aim. To say, you know what? Can you actually go to the left? Can you actually go to the right a little bit? No. Back to the middle. Like,
thing.
I don't know. Then there's
It's not
something
like
wrong.
those water gun games at the carnival.
Then you're
No,
inanimate.
you know when you have a hose, like you have a hose and you put your thumb over the top of it and then it just like
Yeah.
the stream goes
That's
everywhere.
pretty much what it's
That's
like.
exactly
So
what
let me
you
get
guys
this
do.
right. They're built with a thumb over their hose? Is that what you're
No,
telling me?
I'm saying they can put the thumb over it. The stream goes everywhere.
What kind of apparatus is that?
after
don't know.
What do you
God
guys
gave
got?
us.
Thumbs over your apparatuses?
It could be just like a spray. Yeah, sometimes.
What?
Yeah, sometimes it's just a
What?
spray like that.
I think we should have like a study done.
I think we might be getting flagged on YouTube.
Be getting
This is
flat.
definitely not made for kids.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
stop
going
asking
back
us
to
that.
the original. So if you see somebody in the men's bathroom, a female, you won't say, "Hey, how you doing?" You won't.
I'll say like if I know them, like let's say I'm in the boys' bathroom and Heather walks in, I'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing in the boys' bathroom?" But I'm not gonna look at Heather and be like, "What's up?" and give her.
All right, Giovanni.
High five, Heather.
Giovanni,
Uh,
what else will Heather be doing in the boys' bathroom? She has to use the toilet, and you know that
course.
the line must be outrageous on the women's bathroom. So you're asking her, "What are you doing in there?" "Oh, I'm playing cards." No.
Maybe he's
Isn't
just
that how
like breaking
a lot of romantic
the
comedies start?
silence
Yeah.
of like, oh, like there's a girl in here, Heather's in here. Maybe I should ask her why
Like,
she's
oh,
in here.
why is
it's
that
just like a
going?
normal
her.
question to
Yo,
ask.
I went to Atlantic Avenue. There was a restaurant on the corner by the train tracks. You know it well. And I went in there, and I was going into the men's bathroom. The women's bathroom went all the way out to the train tracks.
Yeah.
3 women followed me into the men's bathroom.
That's because there's not enough stalls in a woman's bathroom.
It's also because you went to the
But that
app.
isn't. That is the first. It's the first time I've ever walked in with women behind me.
Oh.
So I walk in there, and she says, "I'm sorry, I'm not waiting. You mind if I says, "I don't know the establishment. There were no doors on this deal." Now she says, "Don't worry about it. I ain't shy." And she went to town. Her name was Sarah. That was her name. She said, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I got to use the toilet." Like nothing happened.
Good for her.
Right. So
all of
I'm
us
just
are like
saying, if I walk into that same situation and you're in there, say, "Hey, Dawn!"
You know what's funny? I think we get to, at least I get to, once you have kids, you guys aren't at that point, your body is not your own. Everybody has seen it, poked it, prodded it, life has come out of it. So I was at the alterations place the other day, and a woman walks in, and she says she has to change her clothes. Yeah. Are there only women in here? And I'm thinking, and what? If there's a guy, he's not going to anything. You just got to change your clothes, do your thing, and move on.
It's just a natural
like
state
in
of
the bathroom. It's just different.
Natural
it's
state
like
of mind.
Karen. It's like when you go to the beach. It gets to a point in life where it just doesn't
It's
matter.
natural. It becomes.
I don't know if it's natural. I just don't care.
Well,
I can tell you it's natural. It's just whatever.
Well, hold on a second. It's not too natural because obviously you guys are urinating all over the place. So I gotta get an umbrella.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
it's raining in here.
I can't see unless no.
You're gonna get him the sunglasses with the windshield wipers on.
Yo, somebody help me! I'm drowning in it. Hit the button. Drowning in the bathroom. That's hilarious. No wonder why it takes you guys so long to go to the bathroom. You gotta clean up
And then if you
after.
wear a bodysuit, forget it.
A bodysuit.
Women who wear bodysuits take.
Do you have to take everything on?
Yes.
If it doesn't
Or a
have
jumpsuit.
buttons at the bottom, then yeah, you have to literally undress completely.
Or like a romper.
Awful.
Right?
And you just feel so vulnerable. You're
like-
naked. You're literally naked.
And do you take off one leg or both legs?
What?
You don't take out any legs.
You just push it down.
Or you push it by your knees and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
The problem with the then
I didn't think of
the
that.
legs are on the floor, and then it's like
Stop.
it's just a whole.
You have to accept that fate at
You
that
have
point.
to accept that.
Just
Just go
accept it.
and
So when you get dressed, don't you think about these things?
you know we're gonna.
I'm not gonna not wear a romper because it's difficult to go to the bathroom. I'm
Well,
just
it
gonna wear
depends. If I
the
knew I was
situation.
gonna be like get drunk all day, I'm not gonna wear a romper.
Oh no, because I'm gonna be going to the bathroom a lot.
yeah,
for
right.
sure.
But like if I'm
Yeah.
going out to like a dinner with friends and we're gonna have a
Did
drink,
she just
I
say
wear a
get
romper.
drunk all
What's
day?
a romper?
a one piece.
Really?
It's like a one piece
For
like.
women.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you
Like
something.
what James Bond wore,
We- you and-
Goldfinger.
You and me,
That's
we're gonna have a conversation because you have to learn these things.
Oh my
You know the romper.
I need to know.
I'll teach you how to get by the
That'd be
rumper.
funny.
Oh.
Teaching guys what girls.
I'll teach you
Or
how to.
asking what is this?
I'll
to
teach
take
you
it
how
off
have
to
to guess
one
what it
hand.
is.
I'll teach you how to get by a romper.
It's
'Cause it's tricky.
That could be a whole midday show.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
midday
absolutely.
TikTok show because the
That's
things you have
tricky.
to think about when you get dressed. Men don't think about right when you go out. You just get dressed. When you come here, you
Yes.
just get dressed.
Absolutely, I got my romper.
Here, you got to think about when you go out. Do you have a bodysuit on, a romper? Are you going to be in a public place where the legs are going to touch the floor? If you're getting your hair done, then you got to take off the whole thing for the color, and you don't want to do that. It's a process.
What?
Well,
What
yeah,
you
and if it's a
wear.
certain
What?
neckline, I have to wear my hair up. If it's a
Right.
certain neckline, I have to wear my hair down.
If it's hair
or pulled
wash day, I
back.
have to wear my hair
It's a
back.
slick back.
Well, I ain't got to worry about any of that. But I'm gonna tell you something. I don't get dressed. If I gotta go to a public bathroom, I'm using it. And maybe get a wipey, and I'm using it. I'm not gonna worry about anything else about it. It is what it is. I'm gonna use it the way God intended.
It gets
For
a
the
little-
ladies in the room, do you wear white pants with nude color underwear?
I just don't
or
wear white pants.
no
Yeah, what's up with the
panties?
black underwear
I'll wear
with the
white
white pants?
underwear.
It
Because
depends on the
shows.
white pants. Some
They wanted to
They
show.
wanted to show.
They want to show their bikini string panties on the white pants.
I do that all the time. I mean,
And it looks so nice on you, too.
it looks amazing.
No,
Stop! I'm having a moment.
I say that.
Freddie's having a realization.
Michael, you okay?
He's imagining it, and he doesn't want to imagine it.
What's wrong, Michael?
Sorry, this is just not something I'm used to.
Yes, it is. When you go to Miami, you see a woman in a white pair of pants, and you can see the underwear underneath it. It's black. They do that on purpose.
Okay, so
Well, that's the question. Why do you do that? Is
Well,
it
No,
yes,
I
fashion
wear
statement?
underwear
Why
that
do you do that?
can't see. I don't like people seeing my
But
underwear.
some people just literally don't care. They're like,
Yeah.
why are you paying attention to
Just
my underwear
look.
anyway? The outfit itself is the look. Focus on that.
Just-
my butt isn't the focal point.
Well, it's
Just
kind of
like the
hard.
look the boys have worth wearing their boxers out of their
Yeah.
That is
Or like,
not
yeah.
even remotely close to being the
what's
same
up
thing.
with sagging your
I
pants?
personally, I also
Yo.
think
Why
that's
are you
stupid.
wearing
I'm
it?
gonna tell you why that is. That's a prison thing.
Why do guys do it?
Why?
Because you're sending a message in prison.
That you look
if you look at
stupid?
no, there's-
There's one of my favorite comedians goes, if your mother still drives you to school, pull your pants up. You ain't no gangster.
No, I think everyone just pull their pants up.
no. I mean, you're supposed to, but there is a reason why it exists. There's a story behind the story.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why does what changes fashion? Because way back in the 1900s, when ladies didn't
We're
show
going back.
anything.
We're
that
going
was a
back.
that was a potato sack.
Nowadays,
Society.
you got teenagers dressed
It's
like
that one person who said, what if we did it this
things
way?
you don't-
Trendsetters.
When Madonna started the trend showing the brassieres and everything else,
It was all Elvis's fault. That little jiggle that he
and
was
that's
doing
the
was
other.
making the
you
women
know,
go
they
crazy.
it kept Elvis off the air because of it. I Dream of Jeannie, the navel. They canceled the show because she showed her navel. I don't know if you guys know who I Dream
No.
of Jeannie.
I don't know what a navel is.
Yeah, then her belly button.
Belly button.
Belly
Wow, so we're on
button.
to romper and navel.
Wait, seriously?
What about putting metal
Bro, what
in
is
your
your
navel?
reading level?
Putting-
Do you know what I heard? Someone told me today that if you get a tattoo, you cannot get an MRI for at least a month
It's probably
because
true.
the metal is so fresh in your body, it'll expand
okay.
and light up in the
I
MRI
know.
machine.
God
I
forbid
know.
you get into an accident.
I never
That's
heard that.
crazy.
You can't give blood like 2 years or a year after you get a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that.
I never heard that either.
Wow.
All my friends went to donate blood. It was like 6 of us, and I was the only one who could because everyone else had just.
That's
gotten
because the
tattoos.
tats now they have lead in them.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta watch it when you get
Or
a tat.
blood.
That was your
screening
guys.
has
It was in your
become
guys'
more-
paint when you were a baby chewing on the little toys. It was in the paint.
That's true.
Didn't your parents
That's-
used to shut you up with like vodka or something in your lip?
That's
In their gums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Or
Or was it
vodka in your
tequila?
lip.
Did they put tequila on your lips?
Whiskey.
That's why they call you tequila lips.
Whiskey.
Whiskey
When my
for
kids were
teething
teething, my
babies.
mother, shocker that this is, would just say, get some bourbon and rub it on
Your
the
mother
gums."
still rubs bourbon on her lips. Talking
Shocker
about.
that it is not. But
No, my mother never
exactly.
did
I never heard that before.
My mother ain't
Or
either.
Yeah.
brandy, if you're when you're going through your cycle, I think it's like blueberry brandy or something supposed to help with cramps. Everything had to do with alcohol.
I'm gonna
when
buy
I
a
was
lot
growing
of
up.
blueberry because you guys all get sick on the same freaking week.
That's not
Drives
true.
the guys
you
crazy
never
in here.
even know when
I don't
anyone
think
Trust
that's
you me,
true.
we know. We have that 6 and 10.
Do you smell it? Like
Six
what?
and 10.
Sometimes.
Ew.
Sometimes.
The buzzer on that one.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say
I feel like my
anything.
hand is like
The whole
attached to
personality. The whole personality changes.
Yeah.
They walk around, and you're like, wow,
Sound effects needed.
wow.
So when you guys were younger, one thing my nonna would do is if you were cursing quote unquote, because we lived in a Catholic house, so like shut up would be considered cursing. Would you guys have soap put in your mouth, like a whole bar of soap?
No, my grandmother
I've heard
tried that one
but no,
time.
I-
My parents did that to one of my brothers.
My mom did that to my older brother.
I did that to my son once, and he told me last week, he goes, Mom, I remember when you did that to me, and you stood in the bathroom and cried and said, I don't want to do this any more than I have to, than you want me to be doing this, but I can't take what just came out of your mouth. He's like, and I knew from that point I would never do it. Aaron would test the limits until I told him no, even though he knew it was wrong, and then he
Well,
would
that's
do
what
it
that
again.
scene from A Christmas Story is, where he says it and then they put the bar of soap in his mouth.
You know, it's funny when I was coaching. Kids used to strike out or fumble the ball, and they used to curse walking off the field. All the other coaches used to make them run laps. I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I wanted kids with passion. And I wanted you to just realize you made a mistake and you're going to learn from it. So we used to tap on the back of the knee and says, don't worry, buckle it up and let's go. But I never did that. And the parents came up to me and once said, why aren't you more strict with the kids? I said, because they get that at home.
Yeah.
What about your boys? Were you strict with them?
Not at all. Not like that. Freddie knew. Freddie took a baseball. I took him out of a game one time. He threw it into the stands. I didn't say 2 words. I was going to suspend him for 3 games. The next day he woke up, went to practice, and he apologized to the team. And that's it. I didn't have to do anything more. He registered himself. You know when you do something wrong. And sometimes when you're upset and you do something doesn't go right and you scream and you rant and rave, when your kid is doing that, it's his way of expressing something you taught him. Sorry.
It's interesting when you ask them because they're young. Like my kids will remember episodes and things that I've done and said that have made an impact. Sometimes
You never cursed?
I'm sure I've cursed.
Well, you
I
think he
don't
learned
mean that.
it?
I just mean that thing. His father. I just mean that other things that, like childhood memories that you guys probably all have, that your parents may not even think that was an important memory, or they may not even recall that incident, but it was important to you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm not
For
convinced
example-
my mom was at my childhood, actually.
Well, that's like, for example, just this last week, I mentioned something that my mom goes, I don't remember any of that. I go, well, I remember. Like, what you remember every Happy Meal toy you've ever gotten that nobody cares about.
That's the amazing thing about memory. So your mom wasn't part of your childhood?
No, she was,
Oh.
but when I try to talk to her about it, it seems like she wasn't, because she literally
Doesn't
remembers
remember
nothing.
anything.
No!
Because I'm the youngest one, and usually that means you get all the attention. In my case, not the same thing. No.
Well, maybe
So,
mom.
like, my sister, she got all the photo albums. I don't. Mom, what was my first word? I don't know. When I start walking? I don't know. Around this time. What did you do that? I don't know. But Marissa, you know that? Yeah. Like, nothing. I'm like, come on, man. Like, she said, yeah, I didn't potty train you. You just did that yourself. Because I guess
Okay,
they're busy.
period.
You know?
Look at you.
Literally.
Well,
Potty training yourself.
it's like the first kid,
Independent.
you're a nervous wreck, but by the second or third, you're an expert and you don't really need to do anything.
I was also a menace.
You?
And my sister was
Yo,
not.
so was
No,
I.
I was
I was a devil
You
child.
know, like red
You
light,
was?
red light, green light,
You
yellow
was?
light in like kindergarten.
You
Yeah.
was?
I got a
You're
note
not
sent
is?
home when I
You're
got
not
on
an is?
green light because it was so rare.
So funny.
I lived on red light. I had to
She
be
lived
moved
on-
every day for
Wow.
nap time because I would just talk to everyone because I was a social gal.
You're a little hyper.
Wow, she lived on the red light.
I think
school.
your mom is afraid to tell you. Oh yeah, I had to lock you in a broom closet for 3 days.
Yeah, I
Lived
lived
red
in
light.
timeout.
How about you, Sophia?
Me?
You live on the red light?
No, I lived on the green light. I
See-
didn't really cause any problems.
You were the child every parent wants.
I was very in line pretty much. I wasn't scared of my parents, but they definitely instilled like I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. And I just had such like respect for them that I was like, I don't know, I just never really did anything wrong.
Yeah.
You have
Neither did
brothers
I.
and sisters?
I was a devil child to
I
my
have a brother.
siblings.
Yeah, I was good at school, but I was not nice to my siblings.
Yeah. Like siblings and cousins, they were tormented, and then everything
Yeah.
else.
You
I was
look
the
like you
green
used to
light.
run your house.
We gotta ask this one.
Kind of, yeah.
When you were a child, red light or green light for you in school?
What do you mean?
Were you in trouble or were you the good kid?
I was the good kid, but I cried every day.
So were you the good kid still, or that was
Yeah,
back
but
then?
they got annoyed and they had like teacher conferences because I cried so much.
Oh, you were.
Why do you cry
Yeah.
so much?
I don't know. I just cried a lot.
Just cry?
Yeah.
You get up in the
Yeah.
middle of the day and start
Some
Are
kids
you
crying?
an only
Weepy, man.
child?
No, I have 3 siblings.
Are you the youngest?
Were you picked
No.
on? Were you bullied?
In kindergarten.
Wow.
The things that impact kids, right? You don't even realize how impactful it is.
Wow. Giovanni, what about you? Red light, green light, purple light?
Red light.
You're always in
You
trouble?
were a nuisance.
Yeah.
But you knew it. That's the
But,
thing.
yeah.
Like you know you're
That's because
doing
he was
it.
stealing at Kmart. He had
Well,
to
that's
let
'cause-
people
well,
know.
yeah. And also, like there would be a lot of like wooden spoons thrown around and like chased around the house. With
That's an
wooden
Italian
spoons.
thing.
Yeah.
My mother used a slipper.
My mother used a wooden spoon or a hairbrush.
My mother used a slipper. She used to throw this thing like a boomerang. It would go.
That's also a
and kick me
Latino
in.
thing. The chancla.
Yeah, like
They go around
chancleta.
with the chancleta.
Yeah, Karen, you got some of that.
My dad used a belt.
No, my father didn't have a belt, thank goodness. My father never hit me. He hit me one time in my life. That's it.
Imagine when you guys have kids, it's going to be all AI. You got to ask Juan Carlos what you're supposed to do when your son is not aiming for the toilet. Juan Carlos,
I'm not gonna
what
have
are
to
we doing?
ask
With the
Juan
advanced
Carlos because Juan
technology,
Carlos will be
it'll
a
be
robot
real.
taking care of my baby.
Yeah, one calls will be weird.
Do you want to have children?
No.
Do you?
Oh, what?
Do you want to have children?
I think so.
What about you, ladies?
Yeah.
What about you, Iceberg?
Yeah, but I'm not birthing them.
There's a but.
That's
You're
what I'm
not-
saying. That's the
Really?
but. Like, I want kids. I literally just don't want to go through pregnancy
Nothing
or
is
birthing.
no,
You wanna
There's
adopt?
nothing good about
like,
it.
and nothing is
There's
ever
nothing
going to
good about
change my mind. I have been
You want to
set.
adopt?
I think I would adopt or
Yeah.
have a surrogate.
I think I would adopt because I have adopted cousins, so I saw how great that
Okay.
was for them.
Well, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. What about
I
you,
do
Sophie?
too.
Yeah, I definitely want kids.
Okay. I'm afraid to ask. You gonna have kids?
Huh?
Who you
You have
asking,
kids?
Gia?
Oh no, I'm
Everyone
like
went silent.
I'm like straight answer. Like the bloodline continues.
You have to have. You gotta have
Are you
the.
gonna birth them or do
I would I would seahorse them if I had to. Yeah. Bloodline continues.
You gotta have the male.
He's hoping
Yeah.
that by the time like that comes around, he can have his own kid. You know?
Yeah.
The bloodline continues regardless.
It's a good thing.
It's very very
Bloodline will
traditional.
prevail.
It's very traditional.
daughters?
Huh? The bloodline what do you mean? My blood
bloodline
would still be in the
continues
daughters
Yeah,
too.
not the name.
I mean, my brother. The name could continue, but
Someone gave me this thing today over the weekend, which is pretty cool. When you talk about genetics and family, how many people it takes for you to be on this earth. All right, let me find this picture.
How many people?
How many
Oh, you
families
told
and
us. You go
generations?
back.
If you got to go
Hundreds
back.
of thousands of years.
If you go to the beginning.
Yeah,
2
probably
parents,
like
4
when people-
grandparents, 8 great-grandparents. Second generation is 16. You go all the way down to the 18th generation is 1,048,576.
Well, what about the 19th generation?
and that's how everybody goes back to
And it
Genghis Khan.
perpetuates, which means if you continue, everyone at some point was related.
Yeah, that's
They
what
have to
that's.
be.
Well,
Yeah, they have the evidence. The mitochondrial DNA that on the mother's line goes all the way back to a single woman in Africa. So everybody on the planet.
Wait, hold on. You're gonna tell me that my originator was her originator?
Pretty
I
much.
don't think so.
You think how
Yeah,
many
'cause-
generations you got to
You're,
go
you're
back?
telling me him and her are from the same person?
Yes.
You guys have taken biology, right? And you know what the mitochondria
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah.
The powerhouse of the cell.
Right,
Yeah.
but it has its own cellular
Look at her.
structure.
Wow.
that changes over the
Got those
generations slowly.
ribosomes.
There's
It's
one
only
thing this
passed from
generation
mother to
knows.
daughter.
It's that.
Right? So if you follow that source all the way back to the original source, they were able to trace it to a single woman in Africa. So everybody on the planet is 99.99% genetically related to everybody else, all 6 billion of us.
You know the story of
Yeah,
Adam
we're all
and
brothers
Eve?
and sisters.
Yeah, but they call it this
But,
the woman
you know,
mitochondria Eve.
This was my argument in my 4th grade Catholic school as to why I thought this story was not believable. Adam and Eve had 3 sons. Someone had to repopulate the earth. Everyone was always related, no matter which way you looked at it.
I was gonna say that after Noah built the ark and he could only
Wait, Michael,
enter
let her
the
finish.
ark with his wife and kid and sons and their, the sons.
But wait a
wives.
minute. She said 3 sons. There's
That's
got to be
Adam
a
and
woman
Eve.
somewhere.
So who was the third one? Because
the
Cain,
woman?
Abel, and
Seth.
and who's
Seth.
the woman?
Okay.
Where's the woman
What
in
do you
this thing? What they?
Eve?
Eve.
So the kids had sex with Eve?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
If
that's
we're
what I was-
going by the way the Bible works, it says Adam and Eve are the first people created.
Okay.
Eve was created from Adam. Adam and Eve had 3 sons. Adam and Eve were the first people on the planet. So if we're talking about how you repopulate things, the sons had to repopulate with the mother. So not only are we all related, we're all incest babies.
Well, every culture has a flood myth. You know that?
Now I'm beginning to see why some of us are
wiped out
different
except
from
for a few
others.
people to repopulate.
Yeah.
So in the Greeks, it's the
It's
story
okay, Freddie. We can
of
tell just by looking
this
at you.
couple that took care of
Looking at you.
the gods in the human form and directed them to this high hill, and everything else was wiped away. And then they repopulated, or they wrote it out on a boat.
Adam and Eve had daughters. So
Thank you. What are the daughters?
I remember reading in
Hold
the
it. What are the daughters? They had to have
I'm
daughters.
looking right now.
So how do you know that?
They had 7 children.
Thank you.
They left that out in my
Ice
education.
Cube, you're missing a chapter.
They had
I didn't
Cain,
get it.
Abel, and
I
Seth.
thought that I knew that I learned that there were more children, except that women weren't considered things, so they wouldn't take them out of the Bible.
I mean, if we're being completely honest, if you're going that far back, like, there's a massive difference from, like, today looking at your sister and being like, oh yeah, like, let's do something, and back then when there's, like, no humans on
crazy.
Earth and you had no other option.
he said, "Let's do something."
Well, that's how the Greek gods reproduced.
He just
actually.
asked earlier if Dawn
That's
was
why in the Greek
Yeah,
myth,
you did that.
Zeus is married to his sister.
We gotta do something. Wow.
Well, the social constructs of incest weren't established.
There were no social constructs.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
so
there was
like
nothing wrong
they
with
didn't
it.
know that
And
they
they
were
didn't
doing anything
understand
wrong.
it was
They
just
were literally
repopulation
going by their
No,
biological
that whole
instincts.
incest thing came about because it got a little ridiculous. But if you look at the Bible, they were doing it. Isn't the Bible also have like a guy has 7 wives or something like that?
Yeah.
I never heard of a woman having 7 husbands.
No.
Well, yeah. There's that
Hypocrisy.
one religion that does it.
Mormon.
Yeah. No. It's
No.
not Mormon.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is Mormon.
She's
They
right.
have
It's
the multiple
The
Mormon.
Mormon have the
The
Mormon,
only,
not the.
the only.
Yeah, the FLDS is where they still practice.
Where's Caveman? Because he's a Mormon.
No, she is.
Who is?
I used
You're
to
a
be.
Mormon.
I used to be.
So women are allowed to have 7
Yeah.
men?
No, it was only that.
Men can have 7 wives.
Okay, so there's LDS, which is the modern religion now, and there's FLDS, which is the still fundamental people.
Right.
Those are the ones that still practice polygamy. It's only the men have multiple wives.
And the
Only
women
ever.
never have multiple men.
No, because the men are the only one that carry the power of the priesthood.
Or the priesthood.
Yeah.
But isn't that also
so
like a way that Muslims raise their kids?
Yeah, well, Muslim law allows for 3 wives.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were.
But that's a
allowed.
whole different. That's a
And
whole
who,
different.
who decided all these rules that you could or you couldn't? Everything, a man.
Yeah, that's
Oh, well,
exactly
yeah,
what I was going to say.
Oh, that's opened up a whole other can of worms.
And then just like this group of men sat around and said, you know what? I like her and I like her. They could both be our wives. And that one too.
So hold on,
we
hold
can
on.
just have more kids.
But now that you say that, so if things were different and you were running the world,
But I
and it was okay, would you want to have multiple husbands? I'm gonna tell you got to think long and hard and have multiple wives.
I don't know
too.
if anyone would have any husbands.
Ice Cube. Don't be a man hater.
We could repopulate on our own at this
Don't,
point.
don't be a man hater.
There's something with bone marrow.
Bone marrow, yeah.
We would collect and we would.
Yeah.
Wow. You
All
doing
knowing,
this?
all
God
powerful
forbid
world.
we say something like that, Freddie.
We'll never get along with it.
Then there's an issue.
Because this country's rooted in patriarchy.
They'll-
Let us have our
they'll-
time.
They'll accuse you of
Welcome
everything
to
under
the
the
estrogen.
everything under the sun. They'll
He's gonna
accuse
be
you.
a
The estrogen club.
He's gonna repopulate like
Can we make that a
I
show?
love that.
But then you wonder why guys date a lot of women and it never works out. And you're gonna say, "Oh, you see, all men are the same. That's why I'm no longer with a man." It's kind of talk like that. Men get a little discouraged.
Look, she's here.
No, men just go and
I-
find
what?
people who are normal, I guess.
Don't
You-
call them
what I was
abnormal.
thinking.
What's the matter with you? Don't be looking over there. You
What I
kidding?
would-
That was dangerous.
What I was thinking before is, how do you?
When it comes back to you, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us
No,
know.
see, for me, I was raised by my mom and her sisters, so
You're
I
a
have,
traditionalist.
Well, no,
you're-
I'm very respectful of women. I think women, like for example, you know how they have all the politics.
Did you just see what she said?
I'm saying, a woman's body is none of anybody's business but their own.
Truth.
True. So is a man's body.
Snaps.
Yes, but men have a habit of sticking it where it don't belong most times.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But at the same time, what
Like all
she
these-
She didn't say anything wrong. She just said that.
But I'm saying,
What'd she say? Hold it, stop. What did she say?
I don't know. Is that what we're
She
talking
didn't
about?
say that.
What'd
She
she
just
say?
said she may not want to have a husband. She didn't say anything negative about
That's
men.
not what she said.
Oh no, she said we might not even need husbands. You were like,
I said
you
we
have
might not even want husbands.
Like if women ran the world, we wouldn't need them.
I think
Yeah.
you're 100% right. I don't think men need wives either.
Yeah, but I'm saying like historically, a lot of like women have just been wives. Like that's been their role. So
yeah.
we would have never had to have gone through that history at all. So it's really interesting to
So
see
a
if
woman
we
is
would have
always a
felt the
wife.
need to not have
Nah.
a husband.
Then why do
Queen
women
Victoria.
choose today?
It's
to be
also
wives?
very interesting, like how we the kids are. What I was thinking is like the man doesn't know how all the stuff the women goes through. The man doesn't experience the changes in the body,
You're right.
the changes in the pregnancy.
You're
the
right.
changes
But a man learns
as
it.
an older
I was gonna say, they would
woman.
beg to differ if they live with you.
If they live with you, a man learns it because he has to live with it.
But
you know,
there's
you
a-
live with it doesn't mean that he don't live with it.
There's a lot of like a difference in the sexes because boys have one way of thinking and girls have another.
That's
so there's
what-
always
it's a
the
boy
battle of the sexes.
And a girl.
Oh, we're not going there. All right, we're gonna wrap this up then.
That's why I said
we're not going on this conversation.
we'll be here for another hour.
Goodbye.
That's a whole nother thing. All right, more to come midday. We've got Bitcoin Master Michael Macchio joining us. We've got, what's the name of that app I told you? The one FIU?
Eating
D-
buddies.
eating buddies.
No, it's like, well,
It was.
it's a new app.
It's walkie.
It's walkie.
I thought it sounded like a dog walking.
Yes, it's like a walkie. It's
Are
called
you on
Walkie.
it?
Like a walkie-talkie.
And Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society will be joining us talking about what is happening with the planets. Freddie gave us a little tidbit insight of it this morning. So more to come. Have a great afternoon, morning, everyone. We'll see you later.
When the hell did I do that? Listen, don't be late. And if you want to bring in a gift or anything for Friday, it's never too late. Bring it in. Some people were asking me, bring it in. We'll take it in all the way until Friday.
All right. See you later.
Don't be late. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.